The Xylosian consciousness was a singular entity spread across a network of interconnected minds, a psychic symphony of shared thoughts and emotions. For millennia, they had expanded their reach across the Virgo supercluster, not through conventional warfare, but through the subtle art of dream invasion. Their psychic tendrils, woven through the subconscious of sleeping sentient beings, could implant suggestions, sway opinions, and ultimately bring entire civilizations into their collective, without a single shot fired in the waking world. Their methods were insidious, their victories silent and absolute. Resistance was unthinkable. How could one fight an enemy that operated within the deepest recesses of the mind, a realm most species barely understood? Their tendrils reached the Sol system like gossamer threads drifting on a cosmic breeze. Initial probes into the slumbering minds of humanity yielded a chaotic, bewildering landscape unlike anything the Xylosian consciousness had encountered before. Human dreams were a riot of fragmented narratives, bizarre imagery, and intense, often contradictory emotions. There was no unifying psychic structure, no easy pathway to the core of their collective subconscious. It was like trying to navigate a storm-tossed ocean in a fragile skiff. Despite the initial difficulties, the Xylosian consciousness persevered. Their patience was as boundless as the void. Slowly, they began to find purchase in the edges of human dreams, planting subtle suggestions, nudging anxieties, testing the waters of their subconscious defenses. Their goal was not immediate domination, but gradual assimilation, a slow erosion of individual will until humanity willingly joined the psychic collective. Dr. Lena Hansen, a neurolinguist specializing in subconscious communication, was plagued by increasingly vivid and disturbing dreams. She found herself in impossible landscapes, pursued by shadowy figures, and bombarded by unsettling whispers that lingered at the edges of her awareness, even after she woke. She initially dismissed them as stress, the byproduct of her demanding research. But the dreams grew more persistent, more intrusive, and she began to notice a similar unease among her colleagues. Sleep studies across the globe began to reveal a disturbing trend, a subtle but consistent pattern of alien influence in human brainwave activity during REM sleep. The Xylosian psychic signature, faint but undeniably present, was weaving its way into the fabric of human dreams. Governments and scientific organizations scrambled for answers. Psychic defenses, long relegated to the realm of science fiction, suddenly became a desperate necessity. But how could humanity defend against an enemy that attacked in the one place they were most vulnerable, the sanctuary of their own minds? A small fringe group of neuroscientists and dream researchers, led by the eccentric and often ridiculed Dr. Alistair Finch, believed they had a potential answer: lucid dreaming. For centuries, humanity had known of the ability to become aware within a dream, and even to exert some control over the dream environment. Finch theorized that this innate human ability could be weaponized, turning the chaotic landscape of the human subconscious into a battlefield. Finch's initial attempts to train lucid dreamers as a psychic defense force were met with skepticism and derision. Lucid dreaming was considered a rare and unpredictable phenomenon, hardly a reliable foundation for planetary defense. But as the Xylosian influence in human dreams grew stronger, and conventional defenses proved useless, Finch's radical ideas began to gain traction. Secret training programs were established, recruiting individuals with a natural aptitude for vivid dreaming and a strong sense of self-awareness. Finch and his team developed advanced neurofeedback techniques, combining sensory deprivation, targeted audio cues, and hypnotic suggestion to accelerate the process of achieving lucidity within dreams. The trainees, dubbed dreamwalkers, found themselves navigating the bizarre and often terrifying landscapes of their own subconscious minds. They learned to recognize the telltale signs of the dream state, to exert their will over the shifting reality around them, and to manifest objects and even abilities within the dream. The first tentative encounters with the Xylosian invaders within the dreamscape were unsettling. The psychic entities appeared as shadowy figures, amorphous tendrils of thought, or unsettlingly familiar faces twisted into expressions of cold domination. The dreamwalkers, armed with nothing but their willpower and the malleable laws of the dream world, struggled to defend their inner landscapes. One of the most promising dreamwalkers was a young woman named Anya Volkov, a former artist whose dreams were particularly vivid and imaginative. Anya possessed an innate ability to shape her dream environments, conjuring vibrant colors, impossible architectures, and fantastical creatures with effortless grace. Under Finch's tutelage, she learned to focus this creative power, turning her dreamscapes into psychic fortresses, her artistic creations into formidable defenses. Anya's first direct confrontation with a Xylosian intruder was terrifying. A shadowy figure attempted to impose its will upon her dream, whispering insidious suggestions into her subconscious. But Anya, recognizing the alien presence, fought back, her dream world erupting in a riot of color and light. Her artistic creations, fierce dream hounds and towering guardians of pure imagination, turning on the invader, forcing it to retreat. As more dreamwalkers honed their abilities, they began to develop unique psychic weapons tailored to the logic of the dream world. One dreamwalker, a former engineer, could manifest intricate, self-repairing dream constructs to shield his mind from intrusion. Another, a musician, could weave sonic tapestries of pure thought that disrupted the Xylosian psychic signals. The dreamscape became a hidden battlefield, a silent war waged in the deepest corners of human consciousness. The Xylosian Consciousness, accustomed to the passive surrender of other species, found itself facing an unexpected and resilient resistance. Their subtle intrusions were met with fierce counterattacks, their attempts at manipulation thwarted by the unpredictable creativity of the human subconscious. The Xylosian response was to intensify their efforts, sending more powerful psychic entities into the human dreamscape. These were fragments of their collective consciousness, imbued with the weight of their unified will. They sought to overwhelm the dreamwalkers with sheer psychic force. The battles within the dream world escalated, becoming increasingly surreal and dangerous. Dreamwalkers found themselves facing their deepest fears and anxieties, weaponized by the Xylosian invaders. The line between dream and reality began to blur, and the psychological toll on the dreamwalkers was immense. Dr. Finch and his team worked tirelessly to develop new techniques and strategies to aid the dreamwalkers. They explored the shared archetypes and symbols of the human subconscious, identifying patterns that could be used to create collective defenses and offensive maneuvers within the dreamscape. They discovered that strong emotional anchors, memories of love, courage, and hope, could serve as powerful psychic shields against the Xylosian influence. Anya Volkov, with her exceptional control over her dream world, became a key figure in the defense effort. She learned to project her consciousness into the dreams of other dreamwalkers, creating shared dreamscapes where they could train together and coordinate their defenses. These shared dream worlds became bastions of human resistance within the subconscious realm. They were landscapes built on collective memories and shared human experiences, places where the Xylosian invaders found it difficult to gain a foothold. The Xylosian Consciousness, sensing the growing strength of the human psychic defenses, attempted a direct assault on the core of the human collective subconscious. They sought to find a unifying psychic node, a single point of vulnerability that could unravel the entire human resistance. Their probes delved into the deepest layers of the human subconscious, encountering a vast and turbulent sea of individual experiences, cultural narratives, and primal instincts. They found no single point of control, no central command. Instead, they encountered a chaotic, but resilient network of interconnected minds, each fiercely protective of its own inner world. The Xylosian invaders found themselves lost in the labyrinthine corridors of human memory, overwhelmed by the sheer volume and diversity of human experience. Their attempts to impose order on this psychic chaos only resulted in confusion and disorientation. Anya, working with other powerful dreamwalkers, realized that humanity's strength lay not in a unified subconscious, but in the vibrant tapestry of their individual minds. They devised a plan to counter the Xylosian assault by flooding the shared dreamscape with the purest forms of human creativity and emotion: art, music, stories, love, and laughter. The final confrontation took place in a shared dreamscape, woven from the collective subconscious of humanity. The Xylosian consciousness manifested as a vast, oppressive darkness, seeking to extinguish the light of human individuality. Against this encroaching void stood the Dreamwalkers. Their inner worlds blazing with creative energy, Anya Volkov, channeling the collective artistic spirit of humanity, became the focal point of their defense. She wove intricate tapestries of light and color, her dream creations, soaring fantastical creatures, breathtaking landscapes, and symphonies of pure emotion, pushing back against the encroaching darkness. Other dreamwalkers joined her, their unique psychic abilities adding to the vibrant defense. The engineer manifested shimmering shields of pure thought. The musician wove sonic barriers of resonant frequencies. The collective strength of the human subconscious, fueled by their creativity, their emotions, and their unwavering will to defend their inner selves, proved to be an insurmountable obstacle for the Xylosian consciousness. The invaders, accustomed to the passive assimilation of other species, could not comprehend the sheer force of human imaginative resistance. Their psychic tendrils recoiled from the chaotic beauty of the human dreamscape, their attempts at domination dissolving in a torrent of artistic expression and emotional resilience. Slowly, painstakingly, the Xylosian consciousness began to retreat, their psychic influence waning in the face of humanity's unexpected defense. They had encountered a species that could not be conquered in their sleep, a species whose dreams were not a weakness to be exploited, but a fortress to be defended. The silent invasion was over. Humanity had won a war fought in the hidden realms of the mind, their subconscious a battlefield where creativity and emotion proved more powerful than psychic domination. The Dreamwalkers, once ridiculed as eccentrics, became the silent guardians of humanity's inner world, their ability to navigate and shape the dreamscape a testament to the boundless power of the human subconscious. The galaxy remained unaware of the silent war that had been waged in the depths of human minds, a war won not with weapons or technology, but with the infinite potential of the human dream.